You're not gonna believe who is in the car.
Michael Novick, hi.
Michael, tell us about this book right here.
Okay, the book is called The Blue Agave Revolution, Poetry of the Blind Rebel. I was approached by Oso Blanco, who's an indigenous political prisoner, been locked up for many years for robbing banks and donating the money to the Zapatistas. He approached me about 4 years ago to work with him on a book, help him get a book out, and he asked me to write material for it as well. So we got it published this year, or no, last year. I'm up in the Bay Area. No, keep going.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Took me down this way.
Michael, in the Bay Area, many years ago, you were at the Free Huey rally. What year was that? When Huey got out of jail? Huey P. Newton from the Panther.
71, maybe.
1971. Wow.
Maybe 72. You know, one of the things we did actually, I just noticed that, you know, Michael Delacour passed away recently, and we were part of an effort. This is probably in 71. They were doing the Black Panther Party initiated this thing called the Revolutionary People's Constitutional Convention that they were going to do in Philadelphia, and they had these preparatory conferences for it in the Bay Area. They did one in Oakland, mainly for the black community, and one in Berkeley for the sort of white anti-imperialist thing.
Michael, also, I want to thank you. I don't know which book it was. It was one of these books. You mentioned like the Anarcho-Punk Hill Fest, Human Earth, and Animal Liberation, and the Rock Against Racism and other stuff. But a lot of people don't know this, but you've been doing turning the tide since the 80s when it was Xerox.
Yes,
and you went
right.
from Xerox to newsprint.
It was like just a little zine, run-off copies, and put them in the mail and pass them out at shows, and eventually, it was actually a magazine for a while. We did like Sacred and everything, and the last 7 years it's been newsprint.
How many of you do you mail this out to prison? Because it's free to prisoners.
Yeah, we send about 1,700 copies these days.
700?
I actually had to go back to Xerox because a number of the prisons will not take state of the right and just drop me once you get into the...
Sure.
It's just, I guess you have to go back under.
A little bit more? It's okay.
Yeah, this is the station right here. Just
is it? Oh,
that's fine.
Perfect.
Wow, 700 to prisoners.
1,700, but
1,700. 1,700.
For some of the prisons, I have to Xerox it and send it in as sheets because they will not let anything in as an actual copy. So they copy what I send them, and then they give the copy to the prisoners. It's ridiculous.
All right, Michael.
All right.
Hey, Michael.
Power of the people.
Like the 60s, since you've been around the late 60s, from SDS to Weatherman,
That's right.
All power to the people.
All right, thank you so much, Jay. Yeah, I was going to tell that story about the. So one of the things that came out of that, the preparatory meetings for the Revolutionary People's Constitutional Convention, we had separate men's and women's meetings in Berkeley. And as a result of that, developed these sort of men's consciousness raising groups, anti-sex. So the first publication I worked on was called Brother, a forum for men against sexism. And this is in like I say, from about 72 to 78.
Oh, wow.
Before they
my
left
goodness.
LA, left for LA. All right, take care. Thank you
Thanks,
so much.
Michael. Take care.
All right,
Good
bye,
luck.
Michael.
Bye.
Thanks for the ride.
Anytime.
Nice to
Pleasure.
meet
You too.